turn this trailer into a tiny house. Before it goes up, must come down.
Pull your cart, little boy.
This is a lot of work, but we'll get there.
There's still more water coming out of that thing.
Anyone else gonna go to the bathroom?
You can't afford a nice door.
Oh, yeah?
Cheap ass.
Oh, that's it? Really? That's what we're gonna go with that? By the way, we were gone. When we were gone, I made this. That's my face. Like I put my face on it and I drew a. This is my eyes.
Blah, blah, blah.
That's my nose. This is my nose and that's my chin.
I want to know why you're doing that. Can you explain?
I'm very tired.
Oh, well, I've survived so far. 2 months and a week of almost 24/7 with this guy.
Don't do it! Don't do it! Don't do it! Don't even think about it! Don't even dream
The
about
walls
it!
of the project.
Oh, but the project. The moment you think about doing a tiny home,
Go buy one.
check yourself into a mental institution. Hello everyone and welcome to the TinyWanderland Chronicles Part 35. If you're wondering what this is, if you're just joining us, you're joining us at the very end. This is a special episode where we are going to wrap up the Chronicles and move into the main series, the TinyWanderland. The TinyWanderland series can also be found on this channel. Is this recording? It looks like there's a delay there. I don't know. It's really, really late at night. And for whatever reason, it doesn't seem to be recording. So let me double check it. Okay, everything looked good. Anyway, I should probably start the timer. I'm sorry. It's, again, extremely late here, and I'm very tired. I'm going to start off the episode with dedications to some of the people. This is not an exhaustive list, okay? So if you're not on this list, if your face doesn't show up on this list, if you don't hear me mention you or your part, please understand the Tiny Wanderer was, well, 6 months in the making, and it's been almost a year since this stuff has taken place. People get lost in the mix. I don't have a photo of you. I forget your name. Maybe we just touched briefly. Lots of things happened, okay? So just bear with me, and I'm going to take you guys through it. We start off with Lindsay Radford of Phoenix, Arizona. This is a very old picture of Lindsay. I couldn't find a recent one. I looked, but one of the disadvantages of being up in the Dixie is you have no cell service. Otherwise, I would have just pulled something off her Facebook. Lindsay was there right at the very beginning of the Tiny Wanderland when I fell in the mountains of Phoenix. That's episode 2, The Fall. Without her, I probably wouldn't be here today. Lindsay, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Lots of love, and thank you for being a part of the Tiny Wanderland. Up next was our camp hosts in the Teton Forest. Although I never got their name, they were also very helpful. We absolutely cannot forget the Scott family up in the Grand Tetons. I believe it's Trent. Tim. I'm so sorry, guys. I just totally. Wait. Teresa. I just totally blew everybody's names, but wonderful family. I understand that a couple of twins have gone on to college, and Trent just got a Jeep, And I really hope to meet up with those people again. They were really great people. Gabrielle, although we didn't, I could have sworn we had a picture of you and Heather together, but I couldn't find it. Only met her once in a crazy circumstance, which you check out. I think it's in Life in the Tetons is the name of the episode. But Gabrielle, we hope you have safe travels. I cannot even think about doing this episode or anything that had anything to do with Tiny Wanderer without thanking Robert Keats. See, I got your name right this time, of Utah Welders. He was a welder, and now I consider him a dear friend. If you're ever in Cedar City, Utah, and you need any welding done, this is the man. But he is so popular and so busy that he books up fast. You will hear his name mentioned throughout the entire Tiny Wanderland. Robert, from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much for all that you've done and all you will continue to do. RJ, we're not going to give the business away, but as he said, it was kind of a big deal. He was responsible for designing the layout of the plumbing, as well as a good portion of the propane. And RJ, wherever you are, we thank you. Zach and the many, many people of Home Depot, over 100 of you, couldn't name all of you by name, but Zach, you stood out as being one of the coolest characters. Thank you for the help with the electrical. Thank you for coming out during your off hours and talking with me so that I could get it done right. The only picture I have of Carol from Quality Products, didn't exactly go up and pose with her at any one time, but here she is laying out the annex customization for the Tiny Wanderer. Carol, Desiree, and all you, I think Serene, and all you wonderful people at Quality Products, Cedar City, Utah, thank you for making the Tiny Wanderer so custom made. I know that your products will last for years to come. Again, checking in Home Depot, Aaron Rude, it's so funny that was his last name, responsible for the design and redesign of the beds / tables / chair supports in the Tiny Wanderer. Thank you for your help, Aaron. Though I don't have a picture of him, I cannot complete this episode without thanking Tyler. These are his tools, and it was kismet that we rented a storage unit 2 units away from a man who had all the tools and resources we would need to accomplish our project. Thank you, Tyler, wherever you are out there. I believe this man's name was Tim. We met him in the Tetons. He let us borrow a pump to get water out of the stream. Thank you, Tim, and your family. Hope you're safe travels. Checking in with the people of Jane's Auto who got Maggie ready, including putting the hitch on that would eventually tow the Tiny Wanderer. Thank you, Jane, and all your mechanics for all that you do. Peter Nerman, my good friend, checking in with you. Thank you very much for your help as part of the Tiny Wanderland. You were in the very beginning stages when we were just building the tent to put on the roof of Maggie. Seems like so long ago. Thank you, Peter, and I'll see you soon. Damien, a good friend from the movie industry, and also was there right after my accident. Damien, I know you've gone on to the Navy for your new career, but thank you very much for your friendship and for helping during my injuries. Thank you very much for being a part of the Tiny Wanderland. Drew, although we didn't part on such good terms, thank you for your attempt at trying to get the solar wired up. I know that you did the best you could. I don't really know what to say. You made me a better person with solar. Because of your negligence, I now know more about solar than I ever did before, and would never, under any circumstances, ever allow what happened to happen again. But Drew, thank you for being kind to me, and I hope that we can settle our court case amicably and come to a conclusion. Strange man we met in the Red Lion Hotel parking lot in Salt Lake City. You were a part of the Tiny Wanderland. Nice to see you. Wyatt, can't forget Wyatt, sent us down to Muddy Creek almost to our deaths. Wyatt from Carmel Junction, Utah, we hope you're well. Dean, he's been there longer than anybody I know, really, right now. including, well, he wasn't there before Heather, but he's been in my life longer than Heather. So, Dean, I know you weren't really a part of the Tiny Wanderland. I know had you been a part of it, things might have gone a little smoother. But once again, Dean, thank you for your friendship, and we hope you're well. Hank, I just met you this year, but man, what an amazing friend you turned out to be. I cannot wait to journey back up to see you and Carol in, I'll get this wrong, but Ogden, Utah, so we can check out the Provo River and all kinds of fun stuff. Jacob, I hope you're well wherever you are on your travels. I met you last year and you were part of the Tiny Wanderer briefly. And then this year you actually helped rewire the solar system. Jacob, thank you for your help and I wish you well in your travels. Tiffany, you chased me for an entire year for a tent, for a Hasika tent, and I kept it safe for you. Not only, Tiffany, do I thank you for the purchase of the tent, but I thank you for something so much more. Tiffany was instrumental, absolutely instrumental in me finding a place, finding a temporary home for the renovations of the Tiny Wanderer. Without Tiffany's help, without the introduction into someone you're going to meet a little bit here, Tiffany, I absolutely cannot thank you enough, and I hope you're well. Mark from A1 Glass, who fixed Brutus's windshield chips. Thank you for being a part of the Tiny Wanderer. Marshall, who I met in a Home Depot parking lot. You have to check out the episode on his tiny home. He literally built it in the Home Depot parking lot. No joke. Doesn't he kind of look like Steve Carell? Thank you, Marshall, for your time. Jesse of Matt Springs and all of your crew, thank you so much for all that you do. And I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to distinguish. There's a line between people you meet for business, people you meet for friendship. Jesse kind of walks that line. He's a real cool dude all around. He's a true cowboy. And thank you, Jesse, for your friendship. Rick at Hearst Ace in Cedar City, thank you for taking on the projects Home Depot couldn't and finding that part. It was always Rick that found that part. No matter what, he never gave up. Lynn Davis, I cannot say enough about you, my friend. I truly consider you a very special person. Lynn is Tiffany's uncle. He has a place off of Horse Alley by the airport in Cedar City. It was Lynn's property that I stayed at while I rehabbed at the Tiny Wanderer this year. You can learn all about those things and even see Lynn's farm and other things and see me working with Lynn if you check out the Tiny Wanderland. Lynn, thank you from the bottom of my heart for all that you've done and all that you will do. I thoroughly appreciate it. William, I only knew you for a couple days. I hope to cross paths with you someday, but thank you for rehabbing what was known as Little Coup and is now completely restored as the Endurer. I hope you're well in your travels. Mark from Prescott Valley, Utah. You were supposed to paint the Tiny Wanderer. That did not happen, but for the short time I knew you, you were an excellent, excellent guy. Okay, guys, last but not least, Heather Kenny, formerly of Baltimore, Maryland. I think she's on her way to Florida now. Heather, thank you for your friendship, your devotion, your dedication, your love, your tenacity, your sensitivity, your empathy, your strength, your care, your cunning, your kindness, your warmth, your patience. Heather, there aren't enough minutes on this clock to thank you for all that you've done for the Tiny Wanderer and me. I literally have a place to sleep tonight because of this woman, guys. If you ever meet this woman, give her a hug because she deserves it. Heather, wherever you are out there, my traveling buddy from 2008 and 2020, a special piece of my heart goes out to you for the absolute undying dedication you had for building the Tiny Wanderer. Even though it wasn't your path, it wasn't something you wanted to do, you stuck with it. And I will never, ever forget it as long as I live. May God bless you, Heather. Okay, everybody, that is the dedications. If I missed you, it wasn't on purpose. I do apologize, but my brain can only go so far. This is the Tiny Wanderer. As you see, she has a sink. She's got onboard filtration systems. Get fresh water from the special faucet on the side. This is an older view, guys, of the Tiny Wanderer. And if you want to see what she looks like now, hey, by the rights, no, you got to actually watch the Tiny Wanderland episodes because you can see the renovations. And coming up, I don't know when you guys will see it. I don't even know if it'll be in order or not. I have a full tour. It has a couple glitches in it because the new pair of glasses they sent me has a defect in them, but it's a full 30-minute episode of what the Tiny Wanderer looks like now. But as you can see, there's room for a couple people to sleep. There's a big screen TV with LED lights. Got a heater on the left there, air conditioner as well. And obviously we've done tours, so I don't have to bore you with that. There's the kitchen / bathroom area. It has been rehabbed. It doesn't look like that anymore, but this is what it looked like originally. Onboard weather systems, privacy curtains for the bathroom, bathroom with toilet paper, refrigerator fully stocked with freezer and fridge as much as you can get in a small space like that. Cool little vacuum cleaner, fire extinguisher for safety, an awesome plaque, handmade plaque. Another awesome plaque, which I've had for over 20 years. Air conditioning on board, heating on board, a plant that didn't survive. And now this is the outside of the Tiny Wanderer, guys. I'll give you guys a quick look here. This is the back. This is the front. This has been changed and modified heavily, so check out the Tiny Wanderland for details on that. The side was slightly modified. Most of it looks the same though. The other side, again, slightly modified, but most of it looks the same. And that's it, guys. That's the Tiny Wanderland Chronicles. 35 episodes chronicling almost a year's worth of work, a lifetime of experiences, wonderful people met. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable to be sitting here in this spot talking to you guys about that. And I guess if I was going to leave you with anything as I close out this chapter of the Tiny Wanderland, I would say realize your dreams, don't quit, and all who wander are not lost. And there's a couple other sayings off the top of my head. I cannot. Oh, you know what? I got a flashlight. Hang on. Ah, that's weird. Normally the flashlight comes on when you push a button. Wow. I must have left this on last night. Okay, the flashlight is dead. But I think it says live simply and be grateful, and faith can move mountains. Those are a bunch of sayings around the Tiny Wanderer, but you know what? I believe in every one of them. So guys, we're closing out this chapter of the Tiny Wanderland. The Chronicles have come to a conclusion. If you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to leave them in the comments of the respective episodes. I thank you all for coming along on the journey if you even watch these. And feel free to continue to follow the Tiny Wanderer because it's not over. The episodes of the Tiny Wanderland will be continuing to come out as we live our life, as we continue on this journey. I don't really have any more to add, I guess. Just take care of yourselves. Thank you very much for hanging around with the Chronicles. We are shifting gears into the Tiny Wanderland. Check out our Instagram, check out our Facebook, check out YouTube. There's all kinds of stuff. We'll be creating playlists as soon as I get a chance with little clips. Heather did an amazing job documenting. I am in talks with a production company about making a movie. Unfortunately, the majority of the clips that Heather recorded have copyrighted music in them, so a documentary is not likely to happen or show up on YouTube, as I would be destroyed with copyright claims. But with that being said, I'm going to get out of your hair. I'll see you guys out there on the adventure in the Tiny Wanderland. Thank you all for your participation, and may God bless you and have safe travels and realize your dreams. Good night.